You also made a point in Leviticus, the 18th chapter.
Yep.
It says in 18:1.
18 and 18.
No. The question I want to ask you.
Okay.
In Leviticus 18:3, it says, "After the doings of the land of Egypt wherein ye dwelt, you shall not do." Correct?
You said verse 3?
Yeah, verse 3.
Verse 3. Let me just read that here.
Mm-hmm.
Where you live, you shall not do as they did in the land of Egypt, where you lived, and you shall not do as they do in the land of Canaan, to which I am bringing you in. You shall not walk in their statutes.
Right. Okay, so we agree that it's talking about not doing after these nations, correct?
Correct. Don't do what the nations are doing. Yeah.
Right. And so uncovering the nakedness of thy father and mother, we would agree that that's talking about sex, correct?
And it's talking about incest. Yeah.
Right. Verse 9 says the nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, is talking about not having sex with them, right? The nakedness of thy son's daughters talk about not having sex with them, right?
Yep.
So in verse 18, with this commentary, when it says, neither shalt thou take a wife to her sister to vex. If it was about not getting another wife, period, why doesn't it just say that when it can just clearly say that the same way it's saying, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of this, the nakedness of that? It's clear when it says, don't take a wife to sister to vex, because, and second two-part question you to answer, this is in reference to Rachel and Leah as well.
So let me just answer you in full here. So as scholars have pointed out, verse 18 should not be going with the prior verses. It's actually with the preceding verses about.
That's what I'm done. I don't get that. I don't understand what. So now the question is, what gives him the authority to say that? That's my main thing here. For me, that is something that's of interest to me now. They've been saying.
I do not know.
They're saying that.
I'm trying to figure it out. Just as you're talking, I'm trying
to.
Figure
Verse 18
out
doesn't go with the rest. I'm like, really? That's interesting. So what gives you the? So now, how do you? That's crazy, man. Isn't that kind of like an add or take away from the book?
Yeah, it is. It is. That's very dangerous what he's doing there.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's dangerous, man. No, man. Like, I have no faith in these denominations and all this, man.
Yeah, man. Anyway, it's good that we have to examine these things too, right? So this is not a push for religion. It's a push for how are they decoding this text? How are they deciphering this? And then, they want to say this doesn't go there because they have a problem with a man having a second wife, whatever the case might be, even though the rest of the book doesn't even, there's no type of it doesn't see it as evil. Of course, only when you do wrong in terms of your behavior. You know what I'm saying? There's things within even in a monogamous marriage, is the same thing. And so that's just, I don't know, man. That's very disappointing. I'll tell you that much.
It is very, very disappointing.
Scholars have pointed out verse 18 should not be going with the prior verses. It's actually with the preceding verses about just general sexual outlawing things. And it does explicitly say that. Again, that's what that means. Another. Woman to her sister just means another. It's the feminine form. So it's actually different. It's not actually set up in the same way in the Hebrew with the preceding clauses. It opens differently in the Hebrew. So it's actually different.
But the verse 18 references nakedness. Verse 19 references nakedness. Isn't nakedness sexual, something of debauchery or whatever? So I don't know. That's crazy.
Yep.
I don't mean to pause, but I need to decipher these. We need to decipher these things because that sounds
a lot of this. Yeah, sorry. You're right. A lot of this also, and I brought this up when I was having a discussion with a brother who believes in, from my understanding, he believes in once saved, always saved. But he calls it regeneration. But when he says it, it just sounds like that. Whatever easy believism or eternal security mindset. So, and I was saying, a lot of these scriptures, man, we have to use the rules of language. Like language has rules.
Yeah.
When you start a paragraph, you can tell when the paragraph ends, when it begins and when it ends, when a complete thought is done, right? Anybody that's ever gone to school, you don't even higher level of education, just junior high, whatever. If you've done English or just a language, you know what that the complete thought sounds like this. So you're not gonna just pick one thing and then say, "Oh, what was said before doesn't apply." Same with the whole thing with Christmas, right? It's the
Yeah.
same thing. Oh, it's not talking about the verses right before that. I'm not talking about. It's talking about a scarecrow. Like, well, how did you get that understanding? But yeah, man, it's this we can check the rest of the video.
With the preceding clauses, it opens differently in the Hebrew. So it's actually different. And again, notice the prior verse. It says, you cannot uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter, and you shall not take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover their nakedness, for they are relatives. It is depravity. Okay, so you cannot marry a woman and her daughter. Okay, very clear, because they're relatives. So you should see the same thing in the verse 18. They're relatives. It doesn't say that. So it's actually a completely different thing. It just means another. It's not an incest law. It goes with the following verses. Excuse
I
me.
would have to say you just don't understand it, so I'll try one more time.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like, so hold on. Like, so what did you just read? What did you just read? Woman and her daughter, mother and daughter. What
Yeah.
did you just read?
Yeah.
So let's decipher that for a second. Single, so wife, so woman has husband. Husband dies. So she had a daughter with that husband.
Mhm.
She is legally you can marry her lawfully.
Mhm.
If I married a woman, I cannot marry her daughter. But
Mm.
first of all, why is that law even why is that law even there if you can't have a second wife? So that means I can marry another woman. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
It's backwards. Like the way that he's making the interpretation is backwards.
that's weird. It's weird. And it's just like, okay, first, and we know it can't be talking about them like it has to be talking about a mother and a daughter at the same time. How
Yeah.
do we know this? Because if the daughter is not alive, guess what? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You're not
Yeah.
in sin. If the mother is
Yeah.
not alive, guess what? You're good. So it has to be talking about them at the
At
same
the same
time.
time. Yeah. He's trying to disprove what that text is trying to prove.
Prove.
It's
That is
crazy. It's witchcraft.
insane.
It's witchcraft. If you think about it, what he's doing is some kind of witchcraft, some kind of mind. I don't know, man.
Mental gymnastics,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Mental abuse, bro. This is mental abuse.
Crazy. It's crazy.
All right, good luck.
Well, you didn't answer the latter part about was this in reference to Rachel and Leah? You didn't answer that part.
No, it's not alluding to it. No,
So the vexing her is not in reference to Rachel and Leah.
no. There doesn't say that either. There's nothing in the context.
Okay, was Rachel and Leah vexed by them both being married to Jacob?
Yeah, there was a lot of strife between them. Yeah.
So then, as I stated, it is written because of that, and that's
No, it doesn't say that.
and it's important.